Hi, welcome to SBR Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are talking right now with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com, previewing Week 1 in college football. And right now we're going to discuss SMU Baylor. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, college football is starting this week. If anyone is finally convinced they want to sign up with your site, 29 years in the business. And one thing I really like about the calls that we do, one like small aspect that sometimes goes a little bit unnoticed is, you do all your research, you give all your opinions, your systems, your experience and everything. But once in a while you drop in that you have connections with all these sportsbook guys and sharp bettors, and you do get information that way sometimes as well, right?
Yeah, no, I've literally been in this business for this is my 27th year. So yeah, one of the picks I gave you is somebody, and some people might know who I'm talking about. I don't know if he wants me to mention his name or not, but it's a guy who was a handicapper on the score phones with me, went to the other side. I think some people, they don't always want to discuss if they've got offshore connections, so I probably won't mention his name. But yeah, no, in the 27 years I've been in this business, you develop a couple contacts. People respect my opinion, and I certainly respect theirs. And yeah, if they watch all their videos, one pick was definitely influenced by the opinion of somebody who's been on both sides.
All right, well, let's discuss SMU Baylor right now. It's a little bit curious that you said that you wanted to cover this game because it's one of these huge spread games, especially in any week. I'd kind of be a little bit nervous about touching a game like this, especially in Week 1, right? Baylor's a 33-point favorite, total 74.5, and those have both actually gone up a little bit. It opened at 31.5 and 73, and that could be just public action looking at last year's game, which Baylor won 59-24. So, that's a 35-point difference and a total of 83. So, not a surprise that people might bet that line of 31.5 and 73 up a little bit. As of right now, no way I would consider touching this game. But why'd you choose this game, Joe?
Now, it's interesting, Peter. We alluded to this in one of the other games that we discussed this week. Who knows? Maybe two of the games. I can't even remember every game that we talked about. But I remember last year, you caught me a little bit off guard because you said, what are some of the biggest changes you've seen in the industry over the years from a handicapping standpoint? And I can tell you this year that one of the biggest changes, I think I mentioned many times that it was about 5 or 6 years ago, another sharp, not the guy that I was just talking about, but another opinion I respect, really talked me into betting teams that need style points at the end of the year to make it to the BCS championship game. All that changed for this 14 playoff. Basically, there is no way, well, it's almost impossible. It's not 100% impossible, but it is very unlikely that a power conference team will win their conference undefeated and be on the outside looking in. So I think in a case like Baylor laying a ton of points where last year they needed to crush teams. They needed to crush teams. Baylor, after 8 weeks last year, Baylor could have gone undefeated and maybe not going to the national championship game. Now Baylor knows they go undefeated, they win their conference, they're going to the Final Four for sure. So there's no motivation like there was last year to completely destroy teams. SMU is, I'm not a huge fan of those rivalry big underdogs, but SMU, they have a little bit more motivation to, keep it respectable here. And honestly, if this game were being played last year, where only 2 teams are able to play for the national championship game, I might have passed on this game. But I think that a lot of those national championship contenders are going to be good go against with mega high spreads this year, because I think every coach in the country knows they don't need the style points.
Well, interesting thoughts and analysis, Joe Duffy. So you're going to lean SMU plus 33 here.
Yeah, there's no question it's a big mismatch, but that's already reflected in the line. But yeah, SMU is definitely the play here because of the quote-unquote intangibles.
All right, Joe Duffy, SMU plus 33 it is. Thanks so much.